Shalom. I would like to talk to you today about migraines, and I do have a recipe for you. I used to have migraines all the time. Like, there would not a month pass that I did not have at least one migraine, if not more. And they would last for, Mama said no. Okay. You have one right there, and you're not getting a bigger one. I would have migraines for, it would last for 2 to 3 days. Never, ever, ever, ever shorter than 6 hours. I would have sensitivity to light and sound. I would have sensitivity to light and sound. I would have, one time I had one so bad, I had sensitivity to touch. I could not stand any clothing or bed sheets or anything touching my skin because I felt like my skin was being peeled off, like I was being skinned alive. That's how bad it really was. And thank God I only had one that bad. But I started researching what helps migraines, and there are a lot of herbal remedies about things that help migraines. Some of them work, some of them don't. And some of them may work for me and not for you. So, I mean, that's just kind of, our bodies are different, and sometimes different constituents can work better for some and not for others. Also, the cause of your migraine can play a role in what works to relieve the pain. Now, I was on prescription medications for a couple years, and the bad thing about those is it would knock you out. It would knock me out for half a day. And I have a deaf autistic child. I cannot be knocked out for half a day. That's just not feasible. So I tried the Tylenol migraine PMs. Those would work most of the time. Sometimes I'd have to take double doses, but I'm not particularly keen on Tylenol acetaminophen because, well, I mean, just like any medication, it has side effects, and I don't like side effects. Okay, I don't want it. It has to be processed by your liver, and I had a fatty liver, and it's I didn't want to put extra load on my liver to process the acetaminophen. So I try to avoid medications for that reason, for both my liver and my kidneys. But getting back to the migraines, mine were triggered by stress. Most of the time they were triggered by pollen would trigger it. Working too long on the computer, the light from the computer would trigger it. Flashing lights would trigger migraines for me. Fluorescent, oh my gosh, was a nightmare. When I worked in the schools, all they had was, I was a teacher's aide, all they had were fluorescent lights, right? Oh, it was awful. I would have to go to work with a migraine and power through it. And that's just not pleasant. I, praise Yah, have not had a migraine for, not a full-blown migraine, for probably close to 3 years. Since we started going whole food plant-based and cutting out the processed foods and the processed ingredients out of the foods, that we stopped, let me rephrase that, we stopped eating processed things. We do have some minimally processed things, but for the majority of things like that come in a box or a package have too many Frankenstein ingredients, because I mean, just look at natural flavors. It is, there are so many things that they pass under natural flavors. There are so many things that can pass under artificial flavors, and none of them are good for your body, okay? Our bodies were not meant to consume something and process something that was created in a lab. It's just, our body doesn't work that way. And when you do that, it makes it really hard on your body, and it can cause dis-ease. And I don't want that. So I have not had a migraine for about 3 years, and not a full-blown migraine. Now I've had, like yesterday, I was on the computer for quite a while working on editing videos, and it started triggering a migraine. And my migraine starts on this side and goes all the way back to my neck. And I started feeling the beginning of it. Well, the first thing I did was I changed. It was probably triggered by the way I was sitting. That can do it sometimes for me. And so I changed the way I was sitting for one thing, and I got away from the computer. That was the main thing, because that was definitely part of the problem, the blue light in the computer. And then I took some what I call my Cayenne Cocktail, and Cayenne is a vasodilator. And what it does is it dilates the blood vessels. Now they have a theory that dilated blood vessels is what causes migraines. For me, I think that's total nonsense because I take a vasodilator like Cayenne, which causes the blood vessels to dilate and improves the blood flow. And guess what? It works. So if the dilation of the blood vessels is what caused it for me, then it would not work. It would make it worse. But anyway, but I also use this for muscle pain. Cayenne is wonderful. You can rub it on your skin, and I can mix a lotion up with some cayenne in it and put it on my skin, and that works also. But drinking this Cayenne cocktail also works for muscle pain. It's really amazing, the power, the healing power that is in cayenne. So you can go over to my website at healthyandheart.com. You do not have to enter HTTPS / you don't have to enter any of that. Just healthyandheart.com, and Google will take you right to the website. So that's it works usually better than Google GPS. So but I do have the printable recipe, which you can give a try. If it works, fabulous. I just want to share it because it does work for me. So I did take this yesterday, and I'm getting ready to take it again, not because I have a migraine, just to show you that it's not really that terrible. Of course, I like hot food, so take that for what you will. But the ingredients is 1 cup of water, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar with the mother, Celtic sea salt. This doesn't have an effect other than it helps it go down a little easier for me. And I just use a pinch of it in there. And the main ingredient, a teaspoon of cayenne. And you want to stir this up really good. Now, I will drink this with a straw because the apple cider vinegar is acidic and I don't want that on my teeth. And also, you can drink faster with a straw, right? You can't gulping something that's not entirely pleasant. Okay, and this will warm your body up too, so you'll start sweating just a little bit. Maybe you'll notice that your face will turn red, and that's the vasodilation in progress. It's been reported that cayenne can stop a heart attack. I've not tried that out. I've not seen that in action, but it's reported that it can because it is a vasodilator. It can, at the very least, buy you some minutes before the ambulance and stuff to arrive. So I've got it mixed up really good, and I'm going to drink it. At this point, if the camera wasn't on, I would pound the cabinet just a little bit, 1 or 2 times, because you do get that the tightening in your throat from the apple cider vinegar, and in your throat you also get the burn from the cayenne. Okay, the sweat's coming. And I can see my my face is starting to blush a little bit from the cayenne. So if you suffer from migraines, it is very debilitating, and I know your pain. And give this a try. It's not going to hurt you. It's apple cider vinegar, water, cayenne, and a little bit of salt. It's not going to hurt you. You can actually leave the salt out if you want to. It's not necessary. And if you have migraines, I really hope that you find relief from it, because they are very debilitating, very painful. And I really hope you give this a try, because it may work. A couple minutes of discomfort versus days, or sometimes for some people even weeks, of migraine pain, sensitivity to light and sound. I mean, that's your kids who are making noise that's making your head hurt even worse, and or maybe even your husband, who knows. But it really does affect your quality of life. It decreases your quality of life. And so if you can find some relief in that, even especially if it's a natural remedy, doesn't require a prescription, is not harmful to your body, then I think we should really give it a try for our own health's sake, and because hey, this works. Now there have been times I had migraines back when we first started changing to whole food plant-based, and I would have migraines that would last for about a day while I was using this. And so when I first started using it, the more I used it, the better it worked for me. And also sometimes when I first started using it, I would have to take a couple doses. Now I had some issues with my left leg a couple of years ago. I was having some lymph drainage issues, and some nerve pain in my leg, and this actually helped with that. It wasn't like it does with the migraine, but it actually did help with that pain also. So my husband uses it to help with his shoulder pain. He has destroyed the cartilage in one of his shoulders, and he uses it to help with his shoulder pain, and it does give him some relief with that. So if you give it a try, drop me a comment below and let me know how it works for you. One person on my website actually wondered if I had used this as a preventative measure. I did not, because when I first started using this, I was not getting the migraines as often. So it was maybe once every couple of months or so. So I wasn't using it as a preventative measure. But if I had known about it when I was getting migraines every month, I would have absolutely used this every day as a preventative measure. For one thing, it's not going to hurt you. Okay, it's natural ingredients that are very health promoting. Apple cider vinegar has many health benefits. Cayenne has many health benefits. Now if you're allergic to the only caution I would give is if you are allergic to nightshade families, don't use this, because cayenne is in the nightshade family. But if not, I would strongly recommend you give it a try, because it really does work. And when you know the pain of a migraine, anything that works you're willing to try, especially when you're in the heat of the pain and you're in the darkened room and it's not easing the pain. So anyway, I hope you don't get migraines. That is ideal, right? Because migraines indicate something's not right with your body. Pain is a signal that something is not right with your body. So if you're getting migraines, that's a signal that something is not right with your body. And that could be why once we went whole food plant-based, vegan, herbivore, whatever you want to call it, when we stopped eating meat products, when we cut out the fat, the extra fat, the added fat, my migraines started disappearing. And then I rarely get them. I've not had a full-blown migraine for over 3 years. And for me, that was a miracle, because I've had them since I was a teenager. So if you know that pain, then you know the value of something that will relieve that pain or even prevent it. So if you could use this as a preventative, try it for a couple months and let me know, how does it work? How does it work for you? But if I had known about this back when I was getting them every month, I would have took this every single freaking day, every morning of every day, because you cannot work when you have a migraine. You cannot provide valuable work when you have a migraine. You cannot provide meaningful interaction with your family when you have a migraine. You just want to close the walls and around you and just disappear into the bed, because it is so very painful. So I really hope if you do experience migraines, you will give this a try and let me know how it works for you, and let everyone else know how it works for you. If it doesn't work, let me know that too. I appreciate your feedback, because I'm not going to say this works for everyone. It does work for me, and I do know and if you want to know more about how the vasodilation works, you can head over to my website also. I have in the recipe, I have the recipe inside a blog post which tells about how the vasodilation works. Briefly, not in detail. I am not a doctor or a healthcare professional, so take my advice as a fellow former migraine sufferer, and take it for what it is. It is an anecdotal testimonial, and it does work for me. And so I hope that if you try that, it really does work for you. So that's all I'm going to say today. Yahuah bless you and keep you and give you shalom. And until next time, God bless you.